Okay, ICT290 students, welcome to the last 2 weeks of the course. My apologies, it's now Tuesday the 21st, and I said I'd post this video yesterday, but I had some problems. I upgraded the screencast recording program that I use, and when I did, it caused me some troubles and I couldn't get it to work correctly. So I had to make some phone calls to the customer support folks and technical folks this morning. I got it worked out. Anyways, here's the last video for the course. I kind of just make this brief, but I wanted to mention a couple things here. What I'm going to do here is go into the course materials by weeks folder, and we're going to go right into the final week here, the final weeks, 2 weeks. And I kind of just wanted to touch on a few points here regarding the last couple of weeks. So first of all, I'm going to exit out of this preview because I won't be able to see, you won't be able to see what I want you to be able to see here. So give me a second here and I'm going to jump out and jump back into that folder. Now keep in mind, now I was in student preview, but because I'm not enrolled in a final group, I wasn't able to see the group project on the final page. So I'm assuming that everyone's okay in terms of the final group project because I haven't heard from any of you at this point. So here we are, the final week 7 and 8 folder. And I'm gonna have to turn this back on here. Bear with me a second. Okay, here we go. Now, here is the final group project, and just I think it must be pretty clear because I haven't up to this point, and I opened this up on Saturday and I haven't had any questions from students up to this point. So essentially you are all working on this in your groups that you were in already earlier in the term, and you are going to create your presentation using any of the tools that we went over, or using PowerPoint or Prezi or whatever it is that you want to use here. And then one group member will submit the project only. So it doesn't matter to me, who that group member is, but you only have to have one group member submit. And then what happens on my end is that I can't tell who submitted the project. I can just see that it was submitted and that it shows up in all the students that are enrolled in that particular group as submitted. And when I grade one, it grades them all. But the other thing I wanted to talk about there briefly was the fact that if you remember correctly, and here I'm going to click into the group project link, the rubric for this group project is out here. So if we take a look at the rubric, you can see here that 20% of the grade is individual work, okay? And I get that by 2 ways: monitoring what's going on in terms of the Blackboard usage, input from other students, if there are issues and somebody's emailing me saying that I can't get in touch with this student, or they're not participating, etc., etc. Then also there is a form that I'll be sending out. I'll probably send it out this coming Sunday, and that form is for every student to essentially you're grading, giving them a letter grade, but you're going to assess the work and what they did, what each student did in the group. So if your group has 3 people, each person will submit 2. So you submit 1 for both other group members, not yourself, of course, but both other group members in the group. If you only have 2 people in your group, you submit 1 for the other person that's in your group, not yourself. If you have 4 people in your group, you'll submit 3 for every other member of the group. Okay, so that's how I get this top part here, the group collaboration piece. Everyone in the group will be graded the same on the remainder of the percentages of the group project, including content and organization, presentation delivery, formatting of the presentation, and grammar. Okay, so that's that. Again, that is due on the 2nd of March. If you're going to have an issue with getting that submitted by that time, and you'll see there at the end of the day, 11:59 p.m., please let me know. The course ends on Sunday officially, but I plan on having everything graded by Sunday and turn in the final grades on Monday when they open up. Okay, so that's a little bit about the final group project. And the other thing is, and I mentioned this briefly in the announcement, that last semester, Mount Aloysius, they still use the idea of course evaluations. They went fully online, and in trying to implement the better administration of the idea of course evaluations, they're using campus labs now. So please, this is open. You can see it opened up yesterday, and it will remain open up through March 5th, at which time it'll close. The Mount really does take this seriously, the idea of course evaluations, as do I. I'm always looking at ways of improving my teaching and the delivery of the content to you folks. So that's very important to me, and it's very important to the Mount as well. So please take some time to fill out the idea course evaluations. I understand, you know, the reluctance to do so because you may think it's not being used, or but I can assure you that this information is valued and it is used both on institutional level, and I can speak very plainly on my own level as well. I take these very seriously. So please take some time to fill that out. Okay. The other thing is here, if you're having some issues with your final group project and you want to have a collaborate session, we can set that up. So just please, if you want to do it by group, or it doesn't matter to me how we do it. But if you are looking at this and thinking, I don't know how we're going to complete this in this time, or you're having some troubles, difficulties with content, with the presentation program that you chose, whatever the issues are, if you think that a collaborate session could benefit you, just email me and we'll set it up. But I need to hear from you if that's the case. Okay. When we do set it up, the link is already here. So what we would do for this one, if you decide that you want to have a collaborate session, you would go into it from the final 2 weeks folder and go into it from this link here. Okay. All right. So just a couple other things I want to talk about. That's really all that you have to do is this final group project. But on a different note, I want to thank you for your participation in this course. And please understand, I recognize the struggles that students have with working in groups, and especially groups, online groups. So I think, you know, from kind of like the macro perspective here, you all have done a very good job at communicating with one another, using the tools within Blackboard, and I'm assuming other tools outside of Blackboard to communicate with one another as well, whether that's you're texting each other, emailing, talking with each other on the phone, you're meeting with others, whatever. I can tell that there's real collaboration going on here in these groups. So thank you for that. And then again, going back to the point, I realize that there can be struggles with these groups in online classes. Really, to really fully understand these collaborative tools and to do some of this work, I think that this venue, in my opinion, is very much the best route to go. So I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate your work and dedication to the content and the material and the assignments. So thank you very much. I'll end with that. And if you have any other questions that need addressed, like I said, let's set up a collaborate session. If not, I'll be seeing you through email, and I'm looking forward to getting your final group projects and starting to look through those. All the best. Take care. Bye.